Association and the town award $100 to some individual to choose a nonprofit in the town of Oakland.
Let me ask a question. What if they decide to change this around a little bit? Because I'm not liking the way it's worded either. And what if they took that $100, bought $100 worth of oil, and did it in this silent auction? It would be donation from the town of Oakland.
Well, we give money to plant flowers. That's sort of the group, right? We give money for that. So if we wanted to give $100 to the business committee for the benefit of the business committee, and they chose to use it for whatever they chose to use it for, next year we'll know what they used it for.
Right.
And we can say we don't want to play anymore, or we can say we like that, let's do it again.
Okay.
So if the motion is that we
The motion is basically to give $100.
give $100 period for the benefit of the business committee. I'll second.
There you go. Motion's been made. Discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
So I'll need a motion to take that out of fund equity, because I have no funds available.
So moved.
Second by Don.
Yeah.
Thank you, volunteer. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Number 6 is talk about sexual harassment policy.
Okay, we've got a woefully inadequate sexual harassment policy. It's probably 2007, so it's 13 years old. Town of Winslow has been working on updating theirs, and they sent me a copy of it. Sorry about that. And they sent me a copy of it, and it covers pretty much all the bases. And I read through it. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to read through it, but it's certainly a lot more thorough than what we have. Ours is a sexual harassment policy. This is a harassment policy in general that covers sexual harassment and several other types of harassment. I would like to update ours. I just wanted to throw this one at you to see what your thoughts were on it. Fairfield's got this copy too. They're probably going to go and, well, they're working on maybe using this same one. Don had a few questions for me today about it as far as where it came from. Don, I did talk with the police chief from Winslow, who's been the one who's kind of taken this on, and it came from 3 different towns, and there was one part of it that actually came out of the UK. So that's where this whole thing, and he took everything and melded it together. They had a first draft that I think I sent it to you. They sent it to their legal group. They rechanged it, and this is what their document that they're bringing to the council is. So that's where I'm at. Don't know where you feel about it, but we have got some really outdated policies across the board, and I've been trying to adjust those as time goes on, but this is the next one. Any comments or thoughts on it?
The one that says faintly draft across it is the new one, I assume, nearest I could
It's
figure
the
out.
latest, the one you get for hard copy.
It says draft, kind of in faintly across it.
Yeah.
I thought it's a little bit wordy in a couple of places, like the first one that starts out, there's no place at the town of, it would be Oakland for harassment, and the town will not tolerate it. I think you ought to start right out saying the town of Oakland will not tolerate harassment or bullying by its employees.
Right.
And get rid of a little of the verbiage there that
Right.
makes it confusing. And down in the 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph, it's the town does not tolerate illegal harassment or bullying and is committed to a workplace free of both. I think we need to come up with a bold statement that says the town of Oakland is committed to a workplace free of harassment and bullying. Leave out all that other verbiage.
I had gone through it and taken a cut. I read it, it's something that covered all the bases for us, because these are all potential lawsuits. If we don't have these protections in place, then we're gonna hold the bag on this.
I mean, it kind of goes over and over, very similar type of things, but I probably, you gotta want, I think, to make it legal now, so.
Yeah.
I think it's a good place to go to.
We don't need to be chosen?
I'm looking
So
at it.
this is not just put together by people, it's been vetted by legal, right? And that's the key. If it's been vetted by legal, I'm comfortable.
I'm sure that Augusta's probably got one just as strong as this one is. I mean, I haven't seen what Augusta's look like. You may have seen it, you may not have seen it, but this is not an abnormal harassment policy.
I just want to make sure it's not something that somebody created and it hasn't been vetted through a legal source, so.
Yeah,
If it's been vetted through a legal source, they viewed it, there's nothing that we're gonna violate somebody's rights with,
Right.
I'm comfortable.
And I'm not, I don't think we're in a position whereas if we decide to adopt a policy that's as strict as this, you know, I can make the changes recommended that Dana's talking about, but I don't know if I want to pay them the $1,000 or so to have our legal team vet it, whereas Bill Lee's already done it from Waterville.
Right, if it's been done, I'm good with it.
Bob?
I just thought, I did read all of it, and I thought, what a perfect example of getting a bunch of lawyers together to work on a 2-page document and end up with a 9-page document that is really wordy, I think. But I didn't go through and make corrections, so I'm just whistling in the wind here. It talks about illegal and not so legal and should be illegal. The only thing that's illegal in the state of Maine is harassment, I believe, in the workplace. Bullying is not illegal, to my knowledge.
Unless you make it a punishable act within a community, in our town. I mean, if we make bullying, you know, I mean, if I've got 2 employees, 2 co-workers that are working together, and one's bullying another one, it's something that if we have a policy that prevents that, then I can deal with it.
That's true. You can let somebody go for bullying.
Hostile work.
Yes, you can. But it's not illegal. And where they talk about, several places they mention things that are illegal, and they make it sound like it's all illegal, and it really isn't. And bullying is only illegal in public schools in Maine. It's against the law to allow bullying to occur in school, and it's against the law for harassment of any employee, whether it's a public or private business. So I guess it's okay, or it could be worked with, but it sure is verbose for going from 2 pages to 9. And I thought the original one wasn't awful. I mean, it kind of looks like it talks about harassment, illegal harassment, sexual harassment. It doesn't mention bullying, and maybe that's something you could put in, or maybe you could just take 9 pages. I'm done ranting now, so, thank you.
Don, you had a question?
No, it was a similar comment, just that I'd like to see something that didn't take 9 pages, that people are going to look at and say, 9 pages, yeah, that's good. But I'm not sure by cutting it down, you can capture everything that you want.
Right.
But I think some of the comments Dana made, you know, we could eliminate a paragraph here and a paragraph, maybe get it down to 5 pages.
I can work on that, but the thing is, I just want everybody to understand, this is a tool. This is a tool for me if I have a workplace situation that's taking place, and if that's not covered in this, then it's not covered. You know, I mean, it's all about just like your job description. If it's not in your job description, it's not part of your job description. Everything has to be documented now, and that's what lawyers make their money on. And you know, and I'm, you know, collectively we're trying to go and change things, and it is wordy. There's no question about it. I can certainly get in there and ferret out some of the fat. I just don't want to go and make it so it's not defendable.
I'm sure Dave signs one of these every year that he's read and understands it, right?
Dave, in your opinion, is this out of line?
No, I mean, I agree with everybody else. It's lengthy, it's wordy, it's just, it gives more information to somebody if they should violate the
Right.
ordinance, protocol, SOP, SOG of the town, whatever you title it as. I agree with Bob, the illegal part, you're throwing a word at something that's covered by
Right.
something else
But
illegal.
it's a word, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Is there any outside party that anybody uses for this type of thing? Where I used to work, they hired some outside, and I don't even know what the person's title was, but if there was somebody that felt that they were being harassed or bullied or whatever, there was a phone number they could call. Here, they would go to you as the top person, but And I didn't know if any of the towns are using somebody like that, and maybe Augusta, the city of Augusta does, I don't know.
We do a lot of stuff through Maine Municipal Association.
But there was I guess, I don't know what the guy's title was, but there was somebody that people had a phone number that they could call if they felt, but they didn't want to go to their boss with it and say,
Right.
you know, I'm getting harassed internally.
Right, I've just recently had one harassment situation, it was bullying between two coworkers, and I've had to deal with it.
Yeah.
And, you know, and so you look at that, and there's nothing in there, other than the fact that I have, you know, counsel with them, and, but we adopt something like this, I'm gonna have something that's a little bit more heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And, but I certainly don't have an issue reworking that to your satisfaction. But we are gonna be looking at changes on a lot of our antiquated policies. We just, I haven't been keeping up on them. The past town managers haven't been keeping up on them. It comes at us fast and furious. Somebody else has done some legwork. I'm pretty happy to go and, you know, take their work and modify it to fit our work.
Yeah.
You know, it's because we all operate under the same sets of rules. And,
I think Dana makes a good point, and it's the Maine Human Rights Commission that if somebody has a problem and nobody here is listening to them, the Maine Human Rights Commission is the place to go.
But this was a
And-
private
in
one
this-
that I'm talking about.
Huh?
This was a private
Oh,
person.
we got one that,
Well,
there you go.
I
But,
don't know, maybe the guy.
and the other thing is that in here, everywhere it refers to, the final stop is the town manager.
Mhm.
So if someone had a problem with a town manager, it doesn't, that's not addressed here.
Right.
And at least maybe they should hear
Right.
about the Maine Human Rights Commission where they
Yeah.
can go,
Yeah.
no matter what, so.
Okay. I'll play with it.
But it's hard to correct this situation if you don't have something you can show the person and say, this is what you're doing and it's not right, you know, so. So, you know, I agree with you 100% that we need something with more teeth in it.
Right.
Okay. Good. Next item is, anything, you have anything more?
No, we just have an executive session that we're gonna, oh, I do have something more. Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. Kelly Peeney is working on a safety grant to purchase stand-up desks or the computer things for our staff members. And we've got, I think, several people in the town office who feels as though that would be beneficial for them. It's through MMA, and it's and it comes with a anti-fatigue mat for you to stand on. The grant's for $2,000. It's a match. The grant would be awarded for $1,254, but the town would have to pay $417. I told her I don't have it in my budget this year. We can do it next year, but the grant's not going to be available. So my question to you is, I mean, this is ergonomically correct. I mean, you know, you sit down, I sit on, I can't use one because my desk is configured that I can't. I wish I could because it's tough sitting down all day long. If the council approves it, to move forward, I would ask that if you want to get onto this, we transfer $417 to pay for our share if we win this grant. If not, then we can wait and try for it next year.
Are these the type that you can use either standing or sitting so that if you wanted to stand for half an hour, you could?
Yeah, the accordion, yeah.
I'd make a motion, we approve the town manager to transfer $417 out of fund equity to cover our share.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay.
Caveat to that, this would just be for her?
No, this would be for all of the staff members. Did we have 8 people that was interested in those?
I think so.
It's all 8 of them.
I can't because my desk is built such that it won't work on my desk. It can't work.
New desk.
Yeah.
No, I think this becomes one of those, well, not necessarily a safety, but a potential workers' comp. a
Well, I get up
potential-
and move around.
Oh, I know,
I
but
tell everybody.
Those are the things that people are going to because they are easier on backs, legs, whatever.
Yeah.
And I hate to have somebody who spends a lot of time on a computer who didn't get one because we didn't provide enough, or there were people who should that we didn't. So, just a comment.
Yeah. Good. That's all I have, gentlemen.
Anything tonight, sir? Anything tonight, sir? Anything tonight? Thank you for coming. Nice to see you. We'll move into executive session on personal matters of 1 MRSA, section 4056F.
Second the motion.
All in favor?
Who made the motion?
I did.
Don't worry, we'll let you do it.